Hello students, welcome to the next lecture. So in this lecture we are going to see about some two basic definitions. First we will start with this definition, and next we will study about how to derive strain energy for a gradually applied load, and we will see one problem based on that. Okay. So what is proof resilience actually? So in the first lecture I have taught you strain energy is also called as resilience. So then what is proof resilience? So it is also a common term. So the maximum strain energy, simply a strain energy is called as resilience. Maximum strain energy is called as proof resilience. Okay. So which can also be stored in a body. This often happens when a body is stressed up to a elastic limit. So this maximum strain energy happens when a body is stressed to a maximum elastic limit. So to elastic limit is nothing but maximum it is strained. Okay. So maximum strain energy is called as proof resilience. Corresponding stress is also known as the stress corresponding to it. So they may ask in your 3 marks, what is proof resilience? Proof resilience is nothing but maximum strain energy. Resilience is nothing but strain energy. Proof resilience is nothing but maximum strain energy. And stress corresponding to is nothing but the stress corresponding to the maximum strain energy to stress the body to a maximum elastic limit. So the corresponding stress is known as proof stress. Okay, 3 definitions. Next, modulus of resilience. The proof resilience per unit volume of a material. Volume is nothing but what? Length into breadth into height. So the volume of the material. So the proof resilience is nothing but the maximum strain energy to the particular material. Surely a material will contain length, breadth and height. So modulus of resilience is nothing but the maximum strain energy applied to a particular volume of a material. So that is nothing but per unit volume of a material. Proof resilience per unit volume of a material is known as modulus of resilience. Very simple, right? Next we will move on to the derivation, that is strain energy stored in a body when the load is gradually applied. When a load, so we are going to see derivation based on strain energy on a body when the load is gradually applied. Okay. So it is the most common and practical way of loading on a body, in which the loading starts from zero and increases gradually till the body is fully loaded. As I already told you, right? What is gradually applied load? Gradually applied load is nothing but the load is applied from zero and uniformly or gradually the load is increased up to a particular required limit. Okay. So now we will consider some particular things. Let P is equal to load gradually applied. So the gradually applied load, we are going to take it as P, capital P. A is equal to cross sectional area of the bar. So on which we are going to apply it, the area A. L is equal to length of the bar. E is equal to modulus of elasticity of the bar. Modulus of elasticity is nothing but what? This is nothing but the ratio of stress to strain and deformation. So due to the applied load on a particular area of a material which contains length L, so both stress and strain will apply. So due to that, how much deformation is acting on the bar, that is only we are going to take. So these are some of the things we are going to take. Okay. Then since the load applied is gradually and varies from 0 to P, so it varies from 0 to P. We are going to take the starting point as 0 and the maximum load applied is P. That is the thing. Load gradually applied P. Therefore, the average load is equal to P by 2. So average load means what? The load between 0 to P. So what about this average between 0 to P? Average nothing but 0 plus P by 2. That is nothing but what? P by 2. So the starting load is what? 0. And the maximum load is we are going to take 0 to P. Then what is average? 0 plus P by 2. So that is not P by 2. So the average load is equal to P by 2. So what is load actually? energy, what is strain energy? That is only we are going to study. Strain energy stored in a body. How much strain energy is stored in a body when the body is loaded with gradually, when the body is gradually loaded. Okay, so what strain energy actually? Then work done. So the strain energy is nothing but the work done. Okay, work done to a particular limit. So what is work done? You have studied in your physics, right? Work done is nothing but force into distance. That is nothing but work done. So this is a particular body. Okay, this is a particular body. I have to move this body from one position, from this position to this position, from here to here. For that, what I want to do, I want to do some work. If I do some work only, it will move from here to there. Okay, so how I will do work? First, I will apply some force in this material. Force. So due to force, what happened? It goes to particular distance. So that force into distance is nothing but the work done. Okay, so here in this concept of strain energy, we can take it as force as average load. Yes, because we are going to apply load on a particular length of the bar. Okay, so the force is nothing but the load applied on a bar. So we can take it as average load. And distance is nothing but what? Due to the application of load, what happened in UDL? Universal testing machine. Yes, UTM. In your UTM, uniformly testing machine, what happened? So due to the gradually applied load, it increased in change in length. Okay, so that is called as what? Deformation. So that distance, due to the application of load, that is force, there will be some deformation. Okay, so that is called as, that we are comparing as a distance. So we can take it as average load into deformation. So what is your average load here? What is your average load? Average load is P by 2. So P by 2 into what is your deformation? Deformation is nothing but dou L. Deformation you will denote it as dou L. You already know what is deformation, right? Dou L is equal to, dou L by L is equal to E. Strain is equal to strain we can write as like this also. Strain is equal to and change in length by original length. So deformation is dou L. So how can we write? Dou L is equal to change in strain into length. We can write like this, right? So that is the thing. So now we are converting this dou L to this equation. Dou L is equal to strain into length. Okay, then this load, what is load actually? Stress is equal to load by area. So we can write load is equal to what? Stress into area. Yes, so why we need stress, strain and all? See, now convert this load into stress. How we can write? So half into load is nothing but what? Stress into area. For instead of P, you can write sigma into A into strain into L. So why you are converting everything into stress, strain, area, L? So that is the thing you are going to take, right? So you are considering the load, how much load is applied on an area, on the area of a bar. So it contains some particular length. So for this particular dimension of the bar, due to the application of gradually load, what is the strain? Young's modulus. What is Young's modulus? Young's modulus is nothing but the stress and strain applied. Okay, so what is the stress and strain applied? So due to that stress and strain, what is the deformation? That is only you are going to study. That is how you will calculate your strain energy. So we need what? Stress, strain. Stress is sigma, strain. So stress, strain to the area and to the particular length. That is how you have calculated. Yes. Then so you can write like this: half into stress into strain into area into length. That is only. So area into length is nothing but what? Area is nothing but what? Breadth into height into L. So what? This will become volume, right? So breadth into length into height. This is volume. Yes, that is the thing. So half into sigma into sigma. See, this strain we can write like this, right? What is Young's modulus? E is equal to stress by strain. So how you can write strain? You can write strain like this, right? Strain is equal to sigma by E. So instead of strain here, you can substitute sigma by E, right? So instead of strain, you have substitute sigma by E. Area into L is nothing but volume. So half into sigma squared by E into A L. Since the strain energy stored in is equal to the work done. Strain energy is nothing but what? Energy stored in a body, that is work done. So work done and strain is equal. Strain energy is denoted as capital U. So you can take this equation as capital U. So capital U, strain energy is equal to sigma squared by 2E. So sigma squared by 2E into A L R is equal to sigma squared by 2E into A area into length, that is what? Volume into volume. You can write like that. So we also know that modulus of resilience is equal to strain energy per unit volume. So you can write like sigma square by 2E. So this is nothing but this sigma square by 2E into volume or sigma square by 2E is the strain energy stored in a body. Strain energy stored in a body when the load is gradually applied. You understand? So this is how you will calculate. You will derive your strain energy stored in a body when it is gradually applied. Okay, so very simple, right? We will see one problem based on that. Calculate the strain energy stored in a bar 2 meter long. So now they are asking us to calculate strain energy stored in a bar of 2 meter long. So you have to calculate strain energy. So 50 mm wide and 40 mm thickness. So the area is given. Area or volume is given. Volume is nothing but length into breadth into height, thickness, height. So the volume is now given to you. Okay. Okay, right. So they are asking, when it is subject to a tensile load of 60 kilonewton, take E as 200 GPa. So now they are asking you to find the strain energy. What is, first write the given data. What is the given data here? So they have given the length here. What is length? Length is nothing but 2 meter, right? Your 2 meter length is given. Then what is given? Your width, wide, 50 mm wide is given. Yes. Next, what is given? Next, what is given? Your thickness, height, that is given. Yes. So very simple, right? All the data is given, and load is also given. Load P. P is nothing but what? Load, tensile load 60 kilonewton, and your Young's modulus E is also given. E is nothing but what? 200 GPa. So GPa is nothing but what? Into 10 to the power 3. See, 200, as I already teach you, right? 200 MPa is nothing but 200 into 200 Newton per mm square. Simply MPa Newton. If it is given in GPa, means it is nothing but 200 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square. You should convert it. See, you should convert it. Very, very important. You should convert it. And also the load is given in kilonewton. You should convert the kilonewton into Newton. So 60 into 10 power 3 Newton and meter. See, your width and thickness is given in millimeter. So you should convert the length is also in millimeter. So 2 millimeter meter is equal to 2000 millimeter or 2 into 10 power 3 millimeter. So now you have to calculate your strain energy. What is strain energy actually? That is nothing but U is equal to sigma square by 2E into V, that you have calculated, derived in your equation. Sigma square by 2E into V. Yes. So E is given, right? E is given. What? E is nothing but what? 200 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square. E is given in your question, and you have to find the sigma. Sigma you have to find. So sigma, stress is nothing but what? Load by area. Am I right? Load by area. So load is given in your question. What is load? 60 kilonewton. 60 into 10 to the power of 3 is given in your question. Divided by area is nothing but here breadth into thickness is your area. Not, you don't take length into breadth. Breadth into thickness is your area. So it is given 50 into 40. So if you solve this one, you will get 30 Newton per mm square. Then what is your volume actually? Volume is nothing but what? Length into, see here, length into breadth into thickness. Length is 2000 into 50 into 40. If you multiply these three, you will get 4 into 10 power 6. So if you substitute in this formula, you will get 9 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter. See, note the energy unit is Newton millimeter or kilonewton meter. Okay, so this is how you will find your this is the problem for gradually applied load. So the formula for gradually applied load is nothing but sigma squared by 2E into V. So don't forget, this is the formula to calculate your gradually applied load. Okay, very simple, right? So in the next lecture, I will teach you strain energy stored in a body when the load is suddenly applied. Okay, students, thank you.